downloaded in my spirit, and I thought I would hurry up and do a video for you. And it's in regards to, as you see the title, six-figure funding mindset. The reason why I say the six-figure funding mindset is because, you know, um, my journey in this space of business credit, business funding, just personal credit in general. What a lot of people don't know is that really it all really depends on where you are at emotionally. And the reason why I say emotionally is because a lot of people think that it is a magic trick, that the ability to get six figures in funding is a magic trick. And it's not a magic trick. It's really numbers. It's black and white. It's not it's not logos, it's not pretty branding. It's not if you got an LLC or an EIN, because if that was the case, anybody who had an LLC and an EIN number would get funding. And that's where a lot of the confusion is today, because that's why people are having a problem getting funding. But what do I actually mean when I say a six-figure mindset? There's two types of people that I talk to. There are people that haven't really um they haven't really did a they haven't accepted where they're at financially. And so they still have struggles with their personal credit. And you've heard me say in other videos, that whole conversation of the net 30s or what have you, they only appeal to people who know they don't have to face that particular thing, personal credit. And so I had someone that I spoke to yesterday, and they said, "Oh, if I work with you, do I have to have the best credit? And, do you have to have perfect credit to get, business funding?" And this is what I tell people. I've said this in many videos. It is not, you don't need a 700 plus credit score to get business funding or business credit. You would have a 500 credit score, but you're not going to get the best terms. You're not going to get the best terms. Do you really think that someone who has a 500 to 599 credit score is going to get the best terms than someone who has a 700 to a 799 credit score, where the credit is seasoned, it has a good mix, they've been a great financial steward? Believe you me, the financial industry makes a lot of money on the financial illiterate. What do I mean by that? There are trillions being made off of individuals who don't want to face their personal credit. I've talked about that. There are programs, there's lending. I literally read an article last week of a woman down in Miami, Florida, all the millions of dollars that she made off of business owners who have challenged credit and was able to get them funding. So there is a place for people who have challenge credit. I don't want to say bad, but challenge credit, anything below 500, because those people do exist. Could you believe that? Yes, they do. Even with all the game online, there's funding for you. Now you're going to get raped. You are literally going to be financially castrated. Don't get me wrong, because you're not going to get the best terms, and they know that those individuals are so desperate to get money. Once again, mindset, they think there's no hope, and they're there to serve you. They are there to serve you. So the reason why I am a big advocate of people improving their credit, getting in a better financial position in terms of their personal credit, because you get the best terms. Because I know a lot of people want to tell you, in order to get business funding, you don't need personal credit. And at this point, if you believe that in 2022, I could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. I could sell it to you if you believe that. And that is why you may not be able to get the results that you want when it comes to business funding. The next group of people are the individuals who are good financial stewards. They may have even had access to funding, the six figures or what have you. And because they got access to the money, but didn't have the knowledge and expertise, they blew the bag. So here you have a group of people who are financially challenged, and although they're getting access to the money, they're getting financially raped. Then you got another group of people who are good financial stewards, able to get access to the money, but then when they get access to the money, they don't know what to do. They're not able to strategically put real estate deals together, leveraging funding. Because I've always said, if it was just a matter of just getting the funding, leveraging for real estate, everybody would do it. And a lot of people cannot strategically put the two together. So I thought of what downloaded in my spirit. I saw an Instagram reel with TD Jakes, and he talked about the parable in the Bible of putting new wine into old wineskins, if you know that parable. Now, the reason why it doesn't work is because when you put the new wine in the old wineskins, the wineskin would burst. And I thought about that with funding. There are so many people who can get access to the money or can't get access to the money, and they do not know what they're missing. And they think it's more money. They think it's more funding. And it's really not that. They don't know that they really, mindset, if you see the title in the video, six-figure funding mindset, you have to become a different person. Because if it was just a matter of you getting access to the money, that's all it is. For those people who think like that, it's because they've never had access to money. And I get it. Systematically, the system in the US have kept people who look like us, kept us away from the ability to be able to leverage credit, to be able to build wealth. And now, within the past 30 years, we're getting our 40 acres and a mule. We can get access to home ownership. We can get access to buying investment properties. We can get access to credit. But now, what happens is we're still old wine. And when you get the funding, which is the new wine, if you have not personally developed, you are going to be the old wineskin and you're going to burst. You're going to burst. And that's why you have those people that they literally want to, mind trick themselves and say, I only want business credit to do a real estate. I don't want to use my personal credit. We're not going to talk about DTI or what have you, but we know those people are amateurs. Because when it comes to real estate, when it comes to doing deals, when it comes to knowing, to be able to analyze a deal, to know if the deal is going to generate you money, if you see a deal and you want to act on it, you're going to use the personal credit. But if you strategically understand how to use it and know that you're going to pay it off, it doesn't matter. But see, those are the people who they're the old wine. So now they're talking semantics. Personal credit, business credit. It don't matter. When it comes to real estate, you want to do the deal, man. If you are investing in real estate, it's a long-term play. You temporarily using personal credit to be able to get the deal, do what you need to do with it, and then pay it off. And you want to talk semantics? See, when it comes to real estate, and I know I don't do that in this. People who talking about the money So then they start talking semantics, personal credit, business credit. And I've said this before, because your real estate guru, your real estate expert you're watching, they're on chapter 36 in their real estate journey. You in chapter 1. You're trying to do moves like them. You trying to get access to properties like them. And you don't really realize that you are at chapter 1. Once again, your old wine, the new wine skin, the wine is the information you get to get of real estate. So now you're the same person you done been for 30 years, for 40 years, or 50 years. You're the old wine, and now the new wine is the information that you get access on the internet regarding business credit, business funding, real estate, building wealth. You want to pour all that new wine into the old you, and then you're wondering why you're getting no results. And then you mind F yourself into thinking it's the funding, it's the deals, it's the person, it's the lender, it's the bank. But it's never you. It's never you. And that's where the mindset set shifted. Because people who have developed personally, they're always going to take onus, responsibility for whatever. When you haven't developed personally, six-figure mindset, you start blaming. Oh, it was the person I bought the course from. It was the expert. It was the guru. It was the type of funding. It was the lender. It was the credit card. But it was never you. And I get it. There are some unscrupulous people out there. There are some people out there who are literally getting people up with mortgage fraud, bank fraud, all types of fraud. Use your discernment. That's all I gotta say. Use your discernment when you hear all that, because funding doesn't have to be hard. I tell people I run a very simple play, because when you understand what it is that lenders are looking for, all you have to do is position yourself for what the lender wants and get the money. It's not logos, it's not vanity email addresses, it's not vanity, it's not business addresses, it's none of those things. It's knowing what the lender wants. Does the lender want financials? Does the lender want to look at my personal credit? Do the lender want to look at my bank statement? But it's an ability of an exchange. That's what it is. Is an exchange. Is looking at what are you going to exchange to me for me to give you money. And what you are exchanging is your financial past history of behavior. So I'm going to leave it like here, because I looks like the signal is getting real choppy. Yeah, I think because my phone may be getting too hot. Um, so going back to what I said, it's an exchange of value. What do you have to exchange and value the lender in order to get the money? Because no lender, no funding source out there is giving money just to give it. But once again, like I said, you know, this just kind of, downloaded into my spirit, came to my mind, and I said, I'm gonna do a video on this, because so many people don't realize that there's a correlation of who you have to become, what you need to do, how you need to develop as a person to really be able to reap the rewards of what you want to get in terms of funding. It's not what a lot of people are telling people, you know. And that's it. Once you get those things down packed, and I tell people all the time, funding will become your oyster. It will become your oyster. The only reason it hasn't become your oyster, people, they are, they are, they what I guess. What is this? It's truly, yes, Sigma. Yes, Sigma Enigma. You're right. It truly is that, because the target, they just look they're looking at a target that doesn't exist, is not going to get them there. Not if you truly want any type, any funding that's beyond 100K or whatever, because it goes back to, even if you luck up, and like I say, luck up and get the opportunity to get six figures in funding, and you don't become a different person. You still the old wine skin, and the funding is now the new wine, and then you pour that into you're gonna blow the bag. And then when you blow the bag, you're gonna be that person who's gonna say, "Oh, it was the lender, it was the type of funding, it was this, it was the real estate deal." Once again, it was never you. It's gonna be you. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This is Lorelia. Um, as always, check the links out below. Going to be doing a master class later this month, October 22nd. Sharing with you how I have helped my clients, a system that I've created, a methodology where I share with them how to create your own six-figure funding entity. With that funding entity, you will use that to be able to invest in real estate. You don't have to lie. You don't have to use your first newborn's name. You're not going to get hemmed up in no wire fraud or no bank fraud, or any type of fraud. It's just really system. I run a very simple play, and I'll share that. I'm going to be sharing that with people. So other than that, see you in the next video.